Am I the asshole for telling my sister that no one cares about her child? My wife, Emily, gave birth to our lovely daughter 5 months ago, and she is just a joy. My niece, Sophia, is a pretty successful child model. Since the age of 2, she's been on billboards, commercials, clothing advertisements, etc. She's done work for many well-known brands and her career seems to blossom. My sister, Nina, is very proud, understandably, of her daughter. Every time Sophia books a gig, Nina immediately texts the entire family about her daughter. She'll subtly brag to us about how successful her daughter is, how she's paying for the water bill at 10 years, or how Sophia is the true star of the family. It can be annoying, but it's harmless for the most part. Since Emily and I gave birth, Nina has been making passive-aggressive comments about our daughter's looks. For example, when we first shared a picture of our newborn daughter in the family group chat, Nina replied with, "Oh, she's beautiful, but not as pretty as my Sophia." Or, when my mother made an offhand comment about how she already resembles my wife, Nina said, "Yeah, they share the same unique features." She was not saying unique in a kind way. These are only a few examples. For the most part, I've been able to brush these off. It's not worth something starting a big fight over. Nina and Sophia came over last weekend. Now, I've been a bit distant from Nina since I've had my daughter. Her comments about my daughter's appearance and passive-aggressive digs at my wife have not sat right with me. However, I thought to extend an olive branch since she really wanted to see our daughter. We had a chocolate cake for dessert. Sophia told us that she couldn't eat it because her mother Nina said to her that chocolate and refined sugars will give her pimples. Emily reassured her that it was nothing to worry about, and Nina immediately interjected and said, "Oh, she does cause look at you, Emily." I was stunned. However, Emily gave me a look that told me to drop it. So I did. I hope that was the only backhanded comment of the afternoon. Nina spent the entire lunch talking about Sophia. She kept saying that Sophia was destined to be a star from birth, or that Nina was the better grandchild. The entire afternoon was uncomfortable, with Nina bragging about Sophia's accomplishment, and Sophia and I awkwardly following along. Emily mentioned how our daughter is beginning to sit up. Nina cuts in saying how our daughter could easily book a role, but her downside is that she's just an ugly baby. When we looked at her shocked, she complained that her daughter looked much better at that age and was already primed to be a star. Maybe I was extremely sleep deprived, but I yelled at Nina that I couldn't care less about Sophia and I want to enjoy my meal in peace. Nina was offended and left in a hurry, after cursing my wife and my child out. Emily says that I probably shouldn't have said that in front of Sophia. Repost for clarity. Esh. Nina, cause well. Soft you the asshole for you. Only cause. I yelled at Nina that I couldn't care less about Sophia and I want to enjoy my meal in peace. While I get that you were angry and wanted to stand up for your family, the only person who deserved to be put in place was Nina, not Sophia. No kid deserves to hear that. Also, an AH for not putting a stop to Nina's shenanigans earlier on. Had you intervened beforehand, this whole debacle wouldn't have taken place. You've got the patience of a saint, but that isn't always a good thing. Edit ESH. ESH, everybody sucks here. You said I couldn't care less about Sophia in front of Sophia. She's a 10-year-old child and isn't responsible for her mother's commentary. Your sister is a rude asshole obviously, but maybe you were both raised like that. Why are you having a go at the child and not your sister? And honestly, I get your wife didn't want to rock the boat, but you should have done something about this earlier. Esh. Your sister for using her daughter who's a child as a bank, and you for making such a horrible comment in front of your niece. It's not her fault her mother is like this. Esh. Your sister is an absolute fucking monster. But saying that you couldn't care less about your niece in front of her is also absolutely insane adult behavior. It's poor judgment on your part to have let this go on so far that you snapped to the point of insulting a child in front of her. Your sister is absolutely the bigger asshole, but that doesn't make your behavior okay. Kinda gross that she's using Sophia's money to pay the bills. Should be going to a college or trust fund. Esh. I understand you snapped after a massive amount of passive-aggressive comments, but doing it in front of Sophia was terrible. I doubt you'll really change your sister's mind about anything, but I'm sure your niece will remember this. ESH, your sister is clearly a massive pain, but her child can't help who her mom is, and you shouldn't have spoken that way in front of her. Esh. That poor child. Her mom is already awful for exploiting her for financial gain and making cruel comments about your child, but losing your cool and saying that in front of her was repugnant. She is a child. She probably gets picked apart relentlessly by her mom, so that was completely unnecessary, and instead of giving this kid a safe adult she can trust, you went and did that. That little girl never did anything to you. ESH, you and your sister. Everyone else is innocent. I truly feel so sorry for both children. Do you and your sister feel better about tearing each other's children down? Nina shouldn't be talking so horribly about your daughter. You shouldn't have said something like that about your niece, especially in front of her. Not the asshole. But you should have cut her off earlier. She's been insulting your family all along. She visited you so she can confirm that your baby is indeed ugly compared to Sophia. Limit your interaction with her or your baby will suffer her insults growing up. YTA for taking so long to put your SIS into her place. I admire your patience. But you could have left your niece out of it. Next time don't bottle it up so long and you'll have more self-control in front of your niece. Therefore ESH. ESH, for reasons others have said, and also because you wrote this in a really confusing way that was hard to follow. Esh. Sophia has done nothing wrong, yet you felt it was acceptable to say that in front of her. She's a child and didn't deserve your vitriol. You could have yelled at Nina, who was that should have received your ire. Nina was heartless to disparage both your wife and baby. You may want to cut ties with her if she is going to be insulting. Dude, your wife is a fucking saint for putting up with all of this. That poor child. Your niece should not be paying any bills, that is her money, and she's going to be miserable because of her mother, but you should not have said that in front of the poor girl. Esh. Man, this whole family sucks. Not the asshole. Nina sounds like a nasty, self-obsessed, self-centered person, using her own child for personal gain. I bet once Sophia is a teenager and wants to have a life away from doing her mom's bidding, Nina is not gonna respond well and there's gonna be a huge blow up. Esh. Except the kids. Yeah, EHS. Sophia sounds like she is going to have a ton of problems growing up. It would be nice for her to know she has family that loves her for more than just her looks. Now she knows that she can't count on you. It was mean. ESH, you should have just told Nina to shut the fuck up, been done with it TBH. Sophia didn't deserve that. ESH, your sister is a straight up monster who is going to seriously fuck her poor kid up. It also sounds like she's just using her AS bank, which is fucking horrible enough without everything else, but this is absolutely an AH thing to say about a child in front of that child. Don't apologize to your sister, do apologize to your niece if you can. That poor girl is going to be messed up enough, she needs to know people care about her for more than her looks and her income. Not the asshole. Honestly, I would have snapped sooner, and it sucks because your poor niece doesn't deserve this from her mother. Maybe you shouldn't have said it in front of your niece, but your sister set the precedent. Why the hell haven't you made Nina stop from the get-go? Why the hell aren't you defending your wife and daughter? What is wrong?